not supposed to.
This is a story of pain and perseverance.
I keep getting beat down, but I get it back.
She was a star contestant on American Idol.
You think your problems are many. Just keep on living your life.
An incredible singer who made it to Hollywood. Then her mother disappeared, and this daughter went from diva to detective.
We jumped in our cars and just started going.
From the stage to the streets, she followed a trail of family secrets, uncovering clues in places you'd never expect.
We were in the streets. Have you seen this woman? Do you know this woman? She's missing. She's our mother.
The puzzling case of the missing mom began on a day people everywhere were coming together. Christmas fell on a Friday back in 2009. A surprise snowstorm added to the holiday spirit on the streets of Chicago. American Idol contestant Viola Martin celebrated her favorite day of the year at her mother's home in south suburban Glenwood, Illinois.
Christmas in my family is wild, crazy, fun. We joke a lot, we sing a lot. My mom is the one that started the singing. She always starts singing, she put church music on.
56-year-old Viola Martin was a preacher's daughter. She grew up to have 3 girls of her own. Angela, the singer, was the baby, Annette in the middle, and Latrina, the oldest.
I know for a fact I was loved. We were loved.
Unconditionally.
Unconditionally.
Church and music were a huge part of their lives. That's where Angela learned to sing so well, and her family followed her career every step of the way.
How big a deal for your mom was Angela's performance on American Idol?
Oh, wow. She was excited. She told everybody.
She was there on American Idol when I came out the last time with my golden ticket. She was there with my daughter, hollering and screaming.
The family had a lot to celebrate on that Christmas in 2009, except Latrina was at home recovering from surgery and couldn't join them. So her mom called to check in.
What did she say?
That I'm bringing you some food, which was ham and macaroni and cheese and dressing, the whole shebang.
How did she seem on the phone?
She sounded normal on the phone.
Do you remember the last thing she said?
Yes, I love you and I'll see you soon.
The snow started to pick up that Christmas night. So Angela left around 6 p.m. and says her mother was leaving soon after in her Chrysler Cirrus to deliver that food to Latrina.
Was this a reliable car?
No.
It's broken down before?
Yes.
Mom never made it to Latrina's that night or the next morning. She was a widow, but did have a boyfriend.
Did you call him?
Yeah, he said he was waiting on her to come back.
Fearing an accident or breakdown, her daughters searched the roads and reported their mother missing to police.
And that's when the panic really became real. Wondering, where are you? Where are you? It's cold outside. Well, it's snowing outside.
How far is it from her house in Glenwood to your house in Crete?
15 minutes.
15-minute drive.
Yes.
The daily phone calls they always got from Mom suddenly stopped. She never showed at work and even missed a payday.
Paycheck still at work?
Yes.
What's going through your mind?
Something's terribly wrong.
Then on day 5, a break in the case. Police found Viola Martin's car near this Dixmoor Forest Preserve. The responding officer reported a disabled vehicle obstructing a roadway in an area that's 30 minutes in the opposite direction of Latrina's place. The car was unlocked, the trunk was empty, but what was it doing here? The food that your mom was supposed to bring to you, was that in the car?
No.
Any sign of anything?
No. All they told us was that her cell phone was in the car, and that was it.
Now what's going through your mind?
Somebody did something. Somebody caught her or harmed her because she wouldn't leave her cell phone and just vanish.
The family circulated flyers, and Angela made full use of her fame as a contestant on American Idol.
It wasn't about the winning for me or the competition. How can I get the word out about my mom? So I start going every news station I can, and I use the fact that I was on American Idol to, raise awareness from my mom. That was all I wanted to do, so it stopped being about my career at that point.
I don't wanna stay.
How do you sing in the middle of all this?
God, that power of him, the love and the fact that it's therapeutic, and that's what gets me through, because now I'm singing and I'm making someone else happy, and that makes me feel better about my life, that I have a purpose.
Her purpose now was finding Mom. And soon there was another possible break. A family friend called to report seeing Viola Martin at a casino across the border in Indiana.
And casinos have a lot of cameras.
A lot of cameras.
They check the cameras, and what do they find?
Nothing. No sighting of my mother.
Now the Viola Martin investigation has been reopened by Cook County Sheriff Tom Dart as part of a new missing persons task force looking at 170 cold cases.
Do you think some of these people are alive?
I do.
Dart points to his office's work trying to find potential victims of serial killer John Wayne Gacy.
This is not some naive notion on my part, but when we were going through the Gacy case again, what people overlook is we found 5 live people who had been missing for 35 years.
You have made a commitment to the Martin family.
Absolutely. The sheriff asked me to go out and try to bring some resolve to these cases and help these families.
Commander Leon Trotter heads the Missing Persons Task Force. He's gone through all the original police reports from the town that first handled the case.
Any blood in the car?
No blood in the car.
Sign of a struggle?
No signs of a struggle from what the report says.
So detectives look closely at the area where her car was found. Something her daughters say they too focused on from the very beginning.
There was a lot of blight and there was a lot of drugs.
And then that's when it clicked for me. She didn't relapse because she had episodes when she wasn't sober, her drug addiction in the past.
The daughters say their mother was once addicted to cocaine and in fact had gone missing before. But they say she went through treatment and had been sober for 7 long years, holding steady jobs in healthcare.
She loves elderly people and she loves disabled kids. She loved kids with challenges. So for her to work in that field, that was her thing. She always loved to take care of people.
Including Angela's daughter, who suffered from a genetic disorder called Rett syndrome. Why would she leave all these people behind?
Give me the scenario that does not involve her suddenly relapsing after she's just had dinner with her entire family and everybody she loves. How do you know she wasn't carjacked? Could she have asked the wrong person for help?
Yes, that could very well be, because she trusts people. She's so sweet.
And remember, their mom also missed that payday during the week she disappeared.
If she went back to drugs, why didn't she pick up her paycheck? You need the money to buy drugs. It doesn't make sense.
And that's what the confusion is, because we don't know.
Then, about 8 months after her disappearance, stunning news. Angela says a relative called, saying he saw their mother walking on a Chicago street. But by the time he turned his truck around, she was gone.
Are you absolutely sure this lead is accurate?
Yes, he was a part of our family, so we know he know.
Angela and Latrina raced to the neighborhood on Chicago's west side. It was already after dark.
Tough neighborhood.
We were tougher at that point.
Anybody see her?
Oh, yeah, we had some people lie and say, yeah, but give me $10, $20, I'll tell you where she is.
You see my mom, here's the number, you call it.
Yeah.
Did the phone ring?
Never.
The daughters played detective, searching for clues. They went through their mother's Bible and found notes she'd written about her struggle with sobriety. Years ago, they say her addiction led to a separation from their father. And during the estrangement, he was murdered, shot to death by a girlfriend.
How much can one family take?
I don't think we can take another tragedy right now.
Their mom struggled with that loss, but found some comfort in her boyfriend. Still, the family says there was trouble there too. In one of her notes, Viola said she thought her boyfriend was using her. And Angela discovered a card in her mom's handwriting saying, "I truly believe you're seeing another woman."
He was a younger man, and he didn't really have a steady life.
Eric Gray had moved in with their mom and had been with all of them on that Christmas night at the house. The daughters say he seemed strangely unconcerned when they called in the days after their mother went missing.
It's 3 days now. So we went over there. He's on the couch on Facebook.
Did you say, where's mom?
Yeah, he said, I don't know. I'm waiting on her. I said, so she's been gone all of this time and she hasn't called you. She hasn't said anything. It's going on 3 days now. He said, I don't know where she is.
At one point, the daughters searched their mother's room.
You find her jewelry box. What's inside?
It's crack cocaine, little rocks of crack cocaine.
Crack cocaine.
And my sister and I, we flushed it down the toilet.
They now assume their mother had been back on drugs for some time. We found her boyfriend, Eric Gray, had a criminal record for drugs in the 1990s in Florida. In 2005, he pleaded guilty to a drug charge in Illinois and got 2 years probation.
We also read the original police reports from the week Viola Martin disappeared and found something that surprised us and apparently the daughters didn't know. Police say Viola did not leave with a plate of food for Latrina's place, as Angela believed. Instead, she drove in her car with her boyfriend to a currency exchange after Angela left on Christmas night.
Police reports say Viola's boyfriend told police after they returned from cashing a check, Viola left either Christmas night or the next day. He denied any involvement in her disappearance.
Did he take a lie detector test?
Yes, he did.
How did he do?
He did good. He passed.
We reached out to Eric Gray via mail and social media, but he did not respond to our request for an interview. And the Sheriff's Task Force says Eric Gray is not a suspect or person of interest in the disappearance of Viola Martin.
We talked to him. He gave us what he could, but it was not much to build off of.
You have reason to believe as recently as a few years ago, Viola was alive.
Yes, sir.
In the city of Chicago.
According to what the family told us.
The key question for investigators, has Viola Martin somehow survived all these years living a life of drugs on the street, or did something happen to her the night she disappeared? For Angela, Christmas has become the saddest time of year.
I don't want to celebrate Christmas. They'll tell you. I purposely cut my phone off. I cut my phone. I don't want to talk.
So those celebrations are a thing of the past?
For me, yes.
Latrina often looks back at the clues her mom was struggling. She had carefully planned her funeral right down to the hymn she wanted her daughter to sing. And then there was this startling prediction, less than a month before she disappeared.
We were around the table praying, blessing the food, and she just out and said, "This is gonna be my last holiday with you guys." That was it. I was like, "Mom, why are you doing it?" And the kids crying. That was the last holiday that we were all together. November, Thanksgiving.
1 month before she disappeared?
Yes.
Of course, even if she went back to drugs, that doesn't mean Viola Martin wasn't the victim of foul play or an overdose. After all, there's plenty of crime in the neighborhood where her car was found and on the streets where she was supposedly seen.
What does it mean to you that Sheriff Dart is starting this task force to look into your mother's case?
That is everything. It gave us a whole lot of hope.
And this year, the family of Viola Martin is praying for a Christmas miracle.
What do you want her to know?
We love her, that we miss her, and we need her back home. And that she has great grandkids that she has never seen.
I just want to know, you okay? Is someone hurting her? Do someone have her? All of this goes through our mind daily. What's going on? And for me sometimes, because it's not making sense that she would do this on her own, away from her kids.